This is Boxingtalk 8576. This is a response video to quentinball23, The Art of Ducking. A couple weeks ago, he made a video, The Art of Ducking. He was talking about Bradley in the interview. Bradley ducking Amir Khan. He said Bradley ducked Amir Khan, and I just want to, further expand on the art of ducking. Now, he did bring up a video with Bradley saying he didn't want to fight Amir Khan because he didn't want to risk losing and get out the sweepstakes of fighting either Manny Pacquiao or Mayweather, which he did bring up the video, and I remember that video of Bradley saying that. But the thing is, a lot of fighters duck fighters in many different ways. It's just the fact that Bradley came out and said he didn't want to fight Amir Khan at the time because he was going for a more lucrative fight, which more money, because this is prize fighting. Remember, this is prize fighting, and he actually, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, he was making more money fighting a potential fight with Pacquiao, and he was fighting a more dangerous opponent. To me, that's not ducking in the sense of a negative duck. That's a positive way of ducking that he did. He said, okay, I'm going to challenge myself further and make more money. So I'm going to make more money, and I'm going to give the fans a better opponent in Pacquiao. So when he pointed out that Bradley ducked Khan, it was kind of like a negative, like it was bad that he skipped over Khan to go to Pacquiao, which wasn't bad, because fighters duck fighters in so many ways. They duck fighters because of a style. A certain style wouldn't go with their style, so they'll duck the fighter. They'll duck a fighter to make more money. But to me, if you're going to duck a fighter, make more money, and fight a opponent that's harder than the person that you duck, I'm all for that. It's, I know he said that Bradley did it, but there's a lot of fighters that do it. Mayweather had, he had a mandatory for 3 years. The guy that the Sedin guy, the guy that fought Robert Guerrero, when Robert Guerrero moved up 2 weight classes to fight, he was Mayweather's mandatory for 3 years. That Sadiq dude, whatever his name is, and Mayweather never fought him. Mayweather was not going to fight him, and he had more lucrative fights out there. So did he duck? Yeah, technically he ducked. He ducked the guy because he didn't fight the guy. The guy was his mandatory. But he ducked the guy to fight better opponents, and he ducked the guy to fight for more money. He wasn't going to make a lot of money fighting his mandatory, quote unquote mandatory. So fighters duck. I mean, Paul Williams wanted to fight Mayweather back when Paul Williams was hot at 147. He said he'd fight Mayweather for $1 million or whatever. Did Mayweather duck him? Mayweather was retired after he fought Oscar De La Hoya, and there was a lot of 147 fighters out there. Did he duck those fighters? It's up for debate. Did he duck those fighters? So if you're going to duck a fighter to fight for more money and fight an opponent that's above the fighter that you skipped over, I'm all for that. That's a positive duck. What Bradley did, it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know if you was trying to make it seem like it was something wrong with him ducking Khan, because Khan is a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but he's not, you know what I'm saying, to me, he's not on the level of a Pacquiao at that time, how Pacquiao was at that time. Pacquiao was a dangerous fighter. So Bradley was testing himself plus making more money. So there's nothing wrong with testing yourself and making more money. It's when you duck a fighter, you blatantly duck a fighter, and you don't make as much money as you gonna fight the fighter that you ducked. If you don't make enough money, as much money, and then you fight a lesser opponent and you duck a fighter that was dangerous, now that's ducking on a negative. when you duck a fighter that's dangerous and you know you're gonna have trouble with. So you say, I'm not gonna fight that guy. I'll fight the easier opponent and leave him alone. That's ducking on a negative. That's a negative duck. Or you duck a fighter because you say, oh, his style is not gonna fit my style. He's gonna make me look bad in the ring. I don't want to fight him. Just like Bradley and Marquez. Nacho Bernstein and Marquez kept saying, even a couple years ago, even last year, we're never going to fight Bradley because it's going to be a boring fight. That's just a way of getting out of the fight. To me, that's a way of getting out of the fight, saying, I'm not going to fight that fighter because it's going to be a boring fight. You a fighter. You're supposed to fight the best in your division, the best people that's in front of you. You're supposed to fight those fighters. You're not supposed to duck a fighter because you say, oh, his style is going to make the fight look boring. No, they didn't want to fight Bradley because they seen Bradley as a threat. Soon as Bradley have trouble with Provodnikov, now we want to fight Bradley. You see what I'm saying? That you see how they duck Bradley until they seen vulnerability in Bradley. That's ducking on a negative. That's ducking on a negative. Like, did Mayweather duck Pacquiao when he kept on saying Pacquiao was taking, drugs, was taking enhancement, performance enhancing drugs? Was he ducking him? Was he trying to find a way out of the fight by any means, by just saying that this man was on performance enhancing drugs and never failed a drug test? Pacquiao never failed a drug test, but all of a sudden, to fight Pacquiao, you want him to take a drug test. Was that ducking? Technically, that was ducking, because you putting a barricade in front of the fight, and then that was like in the beginning of the negotiations with them. And a couple years after that, okay, now it's not about the drug test because Pacquiao took him to court and sued Mayweather. Now Mayweather can't talk about Pacquiao and drugs no more. I mean, if y'all seen his videos, he can no longer say Pacquiao is taking performance enhancing drugs because he settled out of court. So that's over with. Now it's the quote unquote, before Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, now it's the 50-50. I'm gonna give you $40 million, and that's gonna be all you're gonna get, and I'm gonna take the rest. And knowing good and well Pacquiao was not gonna go for that. Knowing good and well Pacquiao was not gonna go for 60-40. See, this is the way. These are many ways how fighters get out of fights. They get out of fights these ways by coming up with these crazy negotiations, knowing good and well the other party is not going to go along with it. And at the time, if I was Pacquiao, as hot as Pacquiao was, I wouldn't go along with it either. 50-50 right down the middle. Let's split the pay-per-view and let's fight. But no, Mayweather didn't want that. He kept on coming with this. I called Manny Pacquiao on the phone and said, I offer you $40 million. This is the most money you ever made on the fight. You should take this. No, he shouldn't take that because it takes both of y'all to make this fight that was going to be really, really... This fight was going to be bigger than Canelo and Mayweather back when the fight could have been made. It's going to be way bigger than that. They was going to obliterate the De La Hoya Mayweather record. And you mean to tell me you're going to get this man $40 million off a fight that can potentially make like probably $200-300 million net? And you mean to tell me this guy is going to take $40 million from you? He knows that together y'all need each other to make this blockbuster fight. Mayweather, if that was the case, Mayweather, you could fight anybody and break records. You wouldn't need Canelo. You could have broke the record with Guerrero. You know why you didn't break the record with Guerrero? Because Guerrero don't bring the same amount of fans and popularity as Manny Pacquiao. See, Manny Pacquiao brings the same popularity as you back before he got knocked out by Marquez. He brought the same popularity. He had the same nice record going of wins. And y'all together was going to break the record. Not just you, Mayweather. You the face of boxing, no doubt. But by yourself, you couldn't have broke that. But you and any other opponent was not going to break that De La Hoya record. It took you and Canelo because Canelo has a big following. That's a big Mexican following. That's why you broke the record. See, you was trying to give Pacquiao the short end of the stick, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions. You was trying to give him the short end of the stick. So were you ducking him? That could be an art of ducking. I mean, so there's many ways you can duck. So Bradley ducking Khan, when he ducked Khan, I know he said out his mouth, yeah, I don't want to fight Khan because it's a risk. You know, I can lose, and I can lose at the sweepstakes of fighting Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying, for a lot of money, which was a great business move by him, and he was challenging himself. I see if he was going to fight somebody for a lot of money and the guy was unproven and he knew he could walk all over the guy, and he was ducking Khan because Khan was a threat and the other guy was not a threat, then I would have had a problem with that. I would have called him out on that. But I'm not going to call him out on that because he ducked Khan for more money. This is prize fighting, remember that. And he fought a more dangerous opponent in Pacquiao at the time when Pacquiao was hot. So don't make it seem like the man ducked on the negative. He ducked on a positive. Some fighters duck on the negative. Let's call those fighters out. They duck on the negative. Not Bradley for ducking to make more money. That's all I'm going to say about that. This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.